Alright, welcome to part 2. Just got our descent instructions into Rapid City. We're told to descend at 25,000 feet, so we'll initiate our descent. Been a smooth flight. Still dealing with the stupid oscillation roll. There's no reason, I suppose, that it would have just gone away. But you can still see us rocking back and forth, left and right. We flew from Vegas to Rapid City today at 33,000 feet. I thought maybe by keeping our altitude a little bit lower, excuse me, we might have more luck with minimizing the oscillation roll, but nope. Still there. Still rolling left and right. It's annoying. ATC working fine. Working well. We were instructed to begin our descent right on time. The math would normally have us begin our descent at 107 miles out, and that's, I mean, almost plus or minus 2 miles or so. That's right when ATC told us to begin descending. So that's encouraging. 100 miles out now and 30,100 feet. It's just spot on. Landing at RNAV, runway 32 at Rapid City. It's kind of funny that it's ICAO code is KRAP. Sorry, I'm being juvenile. Anyway, airport elevation is 3204. Approach course is 324. Runway length 8,701 feet, and minimums are 3360. Go ahead and enter those minimums now. Check our timer too. We're 1 hour and 21 minutes. I was expecting about a 2-hour flight. And I now would put us on the ground in about 17 minutes. So we made great time. Had a huge tailwind coming out of Vegas. So that bought us a lot of extra time, which works for me. I don't know if it's perceptible, but that oscillation roll is slowly diminishing now as we descend. I have no idea in terms of the technical reasons why it would happen at higher altitudes but not at lower. No idea. That's pretty. Screenshot. Anyway, I was expecting that we would land in the dark, or that it would be sunset or past. Wow, handing us off the tower, and we're still 75 miles from the airport. Whatever they want. Rapid City Tower.
Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey 75 miles southwest inbound RNAV runway Tree 2 approach. Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey Rapid City Tower. Cleared RNAV runway Tree 2 approach.
Wow. Sorry, I was distracted there for a second. What were the winds? 314 at 7. Oh, perfect. And we're landing on runway 32. Winds are coming right at us. Or at least we expect them to be. 76 miles out. 70 miles, we want to be at 21,000 feet. 75, we're at 24.1. Of course, the airport's at 3,200 feet, so there's that to take into consideration. Wow. We have our anti-icing equipment on as we descend through these clouds. Anyway, as I was touching on this earlier, the tailwind is gonna get us to Rapid City, South Dakota faster than we would have gotten there without it. So I think we'll probably be on the ground before sunset. It's 45 degrees and mostly sunny right now in Rapid City. Real-time weather has the winds out of the northeast at 3 knots, or rather 3 miles an hour. Sim's got them out of the northwest, but roughly the same. 67 miles now, and time to start slowing. .65, we went 60 miles, we want to be 18,000 feet, at least by the numbers. But I'm not worried about our altitude at all right now. We'll see how closely the real weather tracks the sim weather. The winds are promisingly consistent, but we'll see whether or not the skies are. It's pretty cloudy to me. I'd call that cloudy. Again, this is an RNAV approach. So, I've mentioned this before. I've had kind of mixed results with RNAV approaches. Not as, what's the word, reliable as an ILS approach. At least in the sim it's not. But I'm optimistic. Continue slowing. Remember that rule, we need to be below 250 knots indicated airspeed at 10,000 feet. And we're at 17,700 feet right now. Nearest altimeter, according to Betty's 2968. We're below 18,000 now, so we'll sync it and see how close that is to real world weather. 2968 is what it is at KCUT, Kilo Charlie Uniform Tango, and in the sim it is 2983. Alright. All perfectly within a standard deviation. Keep our slowing. Just passing, not that you'd know it, but we're just passing over the Buffalo Gap National Grassland. 50 miles on the button left on our route. We'll be at 15,000 feet normally, and we're at 15,700, so that looks looking really good. Show you our approach plan here. Here it is. Pretty straightforward actually today. Just headed northeast, and then we'll make a left turn. Helta is 11.7 nautical miles from the airport. So we'll make a left turn at Helta. From Helta all the way in is 11.7 miles. So almost a 12-mile final. That's good. That's a number I can work with. Beautiful. Oh, look as we descend. Wow. Sweet. All right, it's going to get dark as we go into these clouds. Just be ready for that. I don't mean it's going to become nighttime. I just mean that we're going to lose a lot of this ambient light as we descend below this deck. 13,300 feet right now. 40 miles out. Typically expect about 12,000 feet, but we're not. Yeah, okay. Hopefully, I'm waiting for ATC to tell us to continue our descent. Right now, we've only been cleared down to 11,000 feet. Oh, well, the clouds aren't too bad. It's sort of illusory. Looks beautiful. I'm obsessed with window views. I have been since I was 8. My first flight, first time I got on an airplane, flew, was a 747 from Los Angeles to Honolulu. Back when the Queen of the Skies would fly from LA to Honolulu. I think I spent the entire 5 hours looking out the window at nothing but the Pacific. Come on, you're not going to tell me, you're going to stop telling me to descend now? I'm going to assume that since we've already been cleared for the approach, we're not going to get any more descent instructions. So I'm going to set our altitude at minimums, 33. I'll set it 3,400. Otherwise, we're fixing to come in too high. And we've been in this situation before. I think that's our airport. There. Continue slowing. We need this speed brakes here. This will take us down to 185.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Wait for those speed brakes to take effect.
Landing gear.
The throttle will
Landing
advance.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Trust me.
Landing gear.
You see the speed brakes deployed. There they are. Okay. Speed's more under control now. We're at 29 miles out, and we're at 9,500 feet. That's perfect. Almost to Helta, specifically. See, this is weird. It did this last time. We're not actually headed to Yavuk. I don't know. We're not headed to Yavuk. We're headed to Helta. H-E-L-T-A. I don't know why it's omitting that. That
Landing
is
gear.
on our approach.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
That waypoint.
Landing gear.
Okay. 25 nautical miles out. 7 minutes. 22 seconds.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Whenever the throttles are at idle, it has this annoying tendency to assume that you're just about to land, even though there could be any number of reasons why you'd have your throttle at idle. It's almost like that annoying beep, beep, beep that you hear on trucks that when they're backing up. It was ostensibly put there to make people safer, but in reality now everyone just ignores it.
Landing
Like
gear.
now.
Landing gear.
Keep those speed brakes deployed just a little bit here. Manage our descent. Do one notch of flaps.
Landing gear.
Get those landing lights on. Zoom in here on our MFD. Lots to do, lots to do. Set it at 5. Almost to Helta. Airport's probably right behind this right now. Might see it from the passenger window. Yeah. Just barely see it. Saw it for a second. Okay. Just hope this RNAV works. We do have glide path information now, however. Don't want to come in too low. We are showing low right now. It's funny how that ground can creep up on you. Turn off the bank limiter. There's the airport. Yeah, we're lower than we should be. I don't know how it snuck up on me like that. I think because the airport's not at sea level and I was computing our altitude as if it was. That was my error. See the glide path information showing us low. It's going to hold our altitude. Well, we're certainly not at risk of coming in too high anymore. Luckily, it's a nice day. Once we make that left turn, as we're just about to, I will switch over to APPR so that we ostensibly, in theory, would grab the RNAV approach and the glide path accordingly. 5 minutes, 1 second. See how we're going to get going to Helta. See, even though it doesn't show that we're headed to Helta, we are obviously headed to Helta. Here's the left turn. Now we'll go gear and another notch of flaps. Still lower than we should be. That was my error. But we're lined up. And we'll click the APPR. And eventually, we're 1,100 feet above ground level right now, but this magenta diamond will drop and we'll intercept the glide path. The best laid plans of mice and men. But it's aligning nicely on the RNAV approach right now, at least laterally. Depressurize. Wind's coming right at us. 9 knots, 8 knots. No snow on the ground here in South Dakota. I don't know if there is in real life or not, but see what happens. Showing us 8.9 miles out. It's pretty. Go full flaps. Wow. All right, we're all nicely configured for landing. 7.4. Waiting to see if this magenta diamond starts dropping. I feel like it should have, but I can see poppies right now that show us low. 4 reds. So it's consistent right now. Airspeed's perfect, 149.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey cleared to land runway 32. Wind 132 at 5.
Cleared to land, 32, 63 Bravo Whiskey. Outer marker indicator.
Cleared to land runway 32, Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
I don't know what he's talking about, the winds. See, this is finally dropping. Now this will turn green once this gets right about the midpoint. And I see whites on the poppy now. That's good. Airport parking's obviously off to the left. That's what I'm inferring anyway. Auto throttle disconnected. Glide path grabbed. Got it. Recalibrate the throttle. Okay. Well, that was kind of a sloppy approach, if you want my honest opinion. We came in lower than we should have, and that was my
2-mile final
error.
runway 32.
But we're on the glide path now on the RNAV runway 32. We're looking good, so. Look at this weird. Is that a river? And we're going to land before it gets dark, so that's nice. What a view. Passengers got a nice view, huh? Look at that crazy looking squiggly. I'll have to look that up later. Okay, sorry, I gotta work. Wait for the 500 call out.
500.
500. Autopilot.
I have the airplane. 2 and 2 on the poppies, looking good. Runway 32 confirmed. I'll take it. All right. That was tolerable. Waiting for some.
Approaching runway
Cessna Tree Bravo
05.
Whiskey exit
Nice.
runway when able. Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey contact ground on 121.9er.
Welcome to Rapid City, South Dakota.
Going to 121.9er.
Stop our timer.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
1:43:15. Wow, 15 minutes. More than, what about 17, 18 minutes off of our, look at that crazy river. Off of our original estimate. Okay. Let's go outside real quick. Bring in those spoilers. Bring in those flaps. Stopped right on the bars. That's good. Go back inside. Switch landing lights off, taxi lights on, pulse light off, and we're good. Okay. Beautiful sunset. I'm eagerly awaiting the arrival, the development of the replay, instant replay feature, because it would be fun to watch one's landing, you know, see how it went. Like, for example, from the tower viewpoint. That used to be a feature of the old FSX, and it was fun. It was fun to be able to, you know, as soon as you got on the ground, pause everything, stop, go, and watch your landing. There's somebody out there. One of my fellow simmers, I suspect. Beautiful winter evening. Local time, I'm 5:17 here in Rapid City. He looks to be turning, that guy I just pointed to, he's turning final. Yep, he's turning final. Okay. No long taxis this time. It's not like Vegas. Yeah, that guy's coming in for a landing. Same runway we just landed at. It's cool. It's all nicely configured, that guy. Like we're 900ths of a mile from our parking spot. Take a little right here. Where are they putting us here? I'm trying to see. Please put me in a parking space big enough for me. Looks good. Looks promising. I think I see our flashlight guy. No crazy weird U-turns to have to make. I see another jet over here. Where's our flashlight guy? We're not gonna have him this time, I don't think. I don't see anybody. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll use my own initiative. Park right on this T. I think this is probably what they were meant. When I say T, I'm talking about this down here. See this T? Come on, girl. Let's go outside. Sorry, but I'm a perfectionist. Good. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Parking brake. Kill the right engine, or let's see, left engine first. Get our lights shut down since we know we're going to drop right to the logbook page as soon as we shut down the next engine. Try to do a rough approximation of an actual shutdown. Take one last look at our girl. There we are. Safe in Rapid City, South Dakota. Where to next? I do not know, but I'm off work this week, so we got a lot of options. Okay, that's it. Let me kill that right engine, and then it'll drop us to the logbook screen. That actually showed that flight as 1:42:07. Wow, 18 plus minutes knocked off thanks to that tailwind. All right, well, listen, thank you for joining us. And as usual, a lot of fun, for me anyway. Have a good one.